A paralyzed dog got a second chance at life when she met a tiny puppy, and that's when she truly began to live again. But fate had other plans, and soon the two were torn apart. It all began when Winnie, a fragile little puppy, was brought to a woman's home for temporary foster care. She was so sweet and gentle that the woman just couldn't resist, and before long, she decided to keep her. But within just a few weeks, everything was about to change. One day, a vet who specialized in rescuing animals said, "Hey, just take a look at this puppy." The woman laughed. "I already have dogs." The vet smiled back, "Just one look, you know me." And that was all it took. That tiny ball of fur, barely able to stand, instantly stole her heart. But soon, the woman started noticing something strange. Winnie's walk became wobbly, her steps unsteady, and she started falling more often. Each day, she grew weaker, and no one knew why. Eventually, she stopped walking altogether. A visit to the vet revealed the heartbreaking truth. Her spine had been broken, and her back legs were paralyzed. Months of physical therapy and water exercises followed. But in the end, the only solution was a small custom wheelchair. Yet, even that couldn't save Winnie from depression. Her true rescue was still ahead. Once again, the woman decided to help the local shelter and brought home a few more foster dogs. One of them was Marley, a golden, happy-go-lucky retriever bursting with energy. From the very first moment, something special sparked between them. Marley wasn't afraid of the wheelchair or the metal wheels. It was almost as if she said, "If you can't run, I'll help you learn again." They became inseparable. Marley would nudge Winnie to play, run around the yard, and make her laugh in her own doggy way. For the first time in a long while, Winnie seemed alive again. Through those games, Marley was slowly bringing her back to life, step by step. But their time together didn't last long. Marley already had a family waiting to take her home, and the day she left, Winnie froze by the gate and wouldn't move. The woman knew this bond was something deeper, but the decision had already been made. Or had it? One day during a walk, Winnie's wheelchair got stuck in the sand. She couldn't move, until, from far away, a familiar shape came running full speed toward her. It was Marley. She raced over, grabbed Winnie's harness, and pulled her free, like a real-life miracle. After Marley left for her new home, Winnie faded. She stopped playing, stopped engaging with other dogs, and her little wheels stayed still, as if life itself had rolled away with Marley. But then, Marley's new family started seeing videos of their time together online, and it became clear these two weren't just friends. They were halves of one whole, so they made a heartfelt decision together to bring them back to each other. When Marley stepped through the door again, Winnie came alive, and just a few days later, a moment melted millions of hearts. Winnie got stuck in the sand again, and without a second's hesitation, Marley rushed over, grabbed her harness, and pulled her out. Then the two spun in happy circles, as if to say, "We're together again, and this time, forever." With the first ray of sunlight, life smiled once again. And look at this dog hugging his owner's shoulder with such pure love, as if they've been apart for years. Who says animals don't have feelings? If you truly love them, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This girl is peacefully playing with a baby deer, enjoying every gentle moment together. Oh my goodness, look at this boy and his pet parrot sharing a meal. They're having the best time ever, and here comes the elephant. He's so full of joy, playing around with me, and honestly, it's the happiest I've felt all day.
Oh my goodness, I love you, Benjamin. I love you, Benjamin. You're the sweetest boy in the world. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have an allergic breakout next to that.
Oh, you're such a beautiful and clever little one. I bet your friends are just as handsome and smart. From this moment on, we're best friends. This old man is talking to a gorilla as if they're having a serious business meeting, and the gorilla reacts just like a human partner.
This fox just hit the jackpot, reunited with the human it loves most.
Today, he tosses a plastic stool toward his pet buffalo, and the buffalo playfully pushes it right back. They're having their own little game, and it's pure joy to watch. Just look at this dog helping out like a police officer, pushing the broken car down the road with all his strength. This girl gently strokes the animal's back, trying to comfort it so it stays calm and safe. This woman sits beside her donkey and kisses it softly on the nose. What a pure and tender moment. Here's another girl sitting on the couch with her dog, laughing and playing together like best friends. Oh my goodness, he's so tall and powerful, yet so gentle and full of love. You, my friend, are truly the sweetest soul I've ever seen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Junior.
Hello, Junior.
And Junior is a Cape Fur seal or an eared seal. Hi.
It was just an ordinary day when a woman got an unexpected phone call. On the line, she heard that 3 tiny raccoon babies had lost their mother, and without help, they probably wouldn't make it. Her heart melted. Without hesitation, she said, "Bring them to me." A few hours later, a small box arrived at her doorstep. Inside were 3 trembling, frightened little raccoons. But there was already someone living in that house, a pit bull named Ashlyn. Everyone wondered the same thing. Would she accept these fragile little creatures? The moment came. The raccoons were placed gently on a blanket, and Ashlyn walked toward them slowly. All eyes were on her. But, to everyone's surprise, she didn't bark or growl. She just laid down beside them, calm, steady, peaceful, as if saying, "You're safe with me now." At first, the raccoons were nervous, but soon they began to nuzzle into her soft fur. They curled up beside her, and it truly felt like they'd found their mother again. Days passed, and they stayed close, never leaving her side. Ashlyn watched over them like a guardian. When they were finally strong enough, she led them outside for the first time. She walked slowly, carefully, always checking behind her. If one lagged behind, she'd stop, turn her head, and wait until everyone was together again. She became their teacher, and she taught them things no human ever could: how to sense danger, where to find water, where not to go, and how to stay alert without fear. One day, another dog wandered near their yard. The raccoons, curious as always, started to approach. But Ashlyn stepped forward, stood firmly between them and the stranger. No growling, no barking, just calm, silent authority. The raccoons stopped immediately. They understood. Time went by. They grew up strong, climbing trees, flipping rocks, exploring the woods. But the most beautiful thing they learned wasn't survival. It was trust, love, and safety. The kind only a dog's heart could teach. There was once a cat, grumpy, lonely, and completely unsocial. No one had ever cared about him, and he never cared about anyone either. But fate had something totally unexpected in store for him. This is the story of Tom Tom, the cat who didn't use claws to change his world, but his heart. Tom Tom used to wander the streets every single day, looking for food or just a place to hide from the cold. He had no friends, no purpose, just an empty life. Until one day, everything changed. Near a quiet farmhouse, he saw a few little lambs, scared, shivering, and lost without their moms. And somehow, something inside Tom Tom shifted. He walked closer, and instead of running away, the lambs began to follow him. That moment was the start of a friendship no one could have imagined. At first, the farmers were confused. A cat? As a shepherd, it sounded ridiculous, but Tom Tom proved everyone wrong. He didn't bark or chase them, he didn't need to. One stare from those sharp eyes was enough. The lambs simply obeyed. He would climb up a tree and watch over them from above, a silent guardian keeping everything in check. And whenever a naughty lamb wandered off, Tom Tom climbed down, walked over calmly, and gave a soft tap with his paw, just enough to say, "Stay with the group, little one." Soon, the entire flock started respecting him. He wasn't just their protector, he became their leader. The mother sheep too began to trust him. They would leave their babies under Tom Tom's watch and graze peacefully, knowing their little ones were safe. People on the farm started calling him the Cat Shepherd, and honestly, that title fit perfectly. Tom Tom wasn't chasing anyone. He led with calm, confidence, and a strange kind of dignity. Over time, even the farmers realized something powerful. You don't need to bark to lead. You just need courage and a big heart. Tom Tom became the boss of the farm, not because of his size or strength, but because he cared. And maybe that's the real secret to success. You don't have to be a dog to be a great shepherd. You just have to believe you can.